Most people don't realize that the very plants they've been ripping from their soil, spraying with chemicals, and tossing into the compost are actually worth more than the carefully tended crops sitting beside them. What if I told you that hidden in plain sight across American backyards are 6 resilient survivors, forgotten allies from our ancestors' tables that offer superior nutrition, natural medicine, drought resistance, and self-reliance in an uncertain world? Imagine walking your lawn not with frustration, but with quiet recognition. These plants didn't arrive by accident. They endured centuries of harsh seasons, poor soils, and neglect, while modern gardens faltered under drought and rising costs. And the most powerful ones? They're still waiting at the end of this list, numbers 3 and 4 that could quietly transform your food security and health when supply chains tremble. Stay with me. By the time we finish, you'll never look at a weed the same way again. You'll see legacy. You'll see abundance. You'll see independence. It begins with the most misunderstood of all. Dandelion, Pterosacum officinale, the golden sentinel that refuses to surrender. Our grandparents knew it intimately. European settlers carried its seeds across the Atlantic because every part sustained life. Bitter leaves for spring tonics, bright flowers for wine and jelly, deep roots for coffee and liver support. Then came the perfect lawn obsession of the mid-20th century. Chemical companies convinced homeowners that this patient, deep-rooted perennial was the enemy. Billions were spent eradicating what once fed families through lean times. Today, it matters more than ever. Dandelions thrive in compacted, nutrient-poor soil where delicate vegetables fail. Their taproots break up hardpan, draw minerals upward, and signal low calcium, teaching you about your own yard without a single soil test. In an era of water scarcity and erratic weather, they demand almost nothing, yet deliver more beta-carotene than carrots, more vitamin K than almost any cultivated green, plus iron, calcium, and antioxidants that support detoxification and digestion. Growing them requires no effort at all. Simply stop pulling. Allow a few to flower and go to seed in a quiet corner. Young leaves harvested before the plant bolts taste mild and earthy, perfect raw in salads or lightly sautéed with garlic and olive oil. Roast the roots slowly at low heat until dark and fragrant for a rich, caffeine-free coffee alternative. The flowers make delicate fritters or soothing tea. It survived, quietly, for centuries, and it will keep your soil alive while feeding your family when others wither. But dandelion is only the beginning. Far more surprising allies hide closer to the ground. Purslane, Portulaca oleracea, the succulent survivor that laughs at drought. This low-growing, reddish-stemmed plant with thick, juicy leaves was once a deliberate garden crop in ancient cultures from Europe to Asia. It traveled the world as a resilient companion to humanity, only to be dismissed in modern America as an invader of cracked driveways and neglected beds. Industrial agriculture and supermarket uniformity pushed aside its extraordinary profile, the highest omega-3 fatty acids of any leafy plant, plus vitamins A and C, magnesium, and antioxidants that rival many expensive superfoods. In our changing climate, hotter summers, unpredictable rainfall, purslane excels where lettuce bolts and spinach wilts. It stores water in its fleshy leaves, spreads efficiently across bare soil, and acts as a living mulch that cools the ground and retains moisture for neighboring plants. To welcome it, do almost nothing. It self-seeds prolifically in full sun and disturbed soil. Harvest the tender tips and leaves anytime during the growing season. Eat them raw for a crisp, lemony crunch in salads, or cook gently in stir-fries and soups where they release a natural thickening quality similar to okra. Pickle the stems for winter preservation. Its mild flavor welcomes bold seasonings, making it endlessly versatile. Purslane doesn't compete with your crops. It complements them, quietly building resilience in your garden while nourishing your body with fats and minerals that many modern diets lack. Plant it once in spirit, and it returns, year after year, as a dependable ally. Next comes a plant that feels almost mythical in its quiet power. Lamb's quarters, Chenopodium album, the wild spinach that outshines the cultivated kind. Known to our forebears as fat hen or pigweed, this tall, dusty green plant with diamond-shaped leaves and a powdery coating fed rural families through depressions and wars. It grew voluntarily in disturbed soils across North America, offering protein, calcium, iron, and vitamins A and C in concentrations that often exceed spinach. Yet the rise of commercial seed catalogs and tidy monoculture gardens labeled it a competitor rather than a gift. Today, amid soil depletion and fertilizer shortages, Lamb's quarters reveals its true value. It thrives in poor, nitrogen-rich ground, accumulating minerals and improving soil structure as it grows. Its deep roots access nutrients unavailable to shallow-rooted vegetables, and it tolerates heat and drought with remarkable grace, critical as climate patterns shift. Care is effortless. Allow it to establish in a dedicated patch or between rows. Harvest young leaves and growing tips before the plant matures and develops its oxalate levels higher. Blanch or sauté them like spinach for a milder, nuttier flavor that holds up beautifully in quiches, soups, or pestos. The seeds, when gathered later, can be ground into a nutritious flour. Lamb's quarters doesn't ask for pampering. It simply grows, strong, abundant, and generous, reminding us that true self-reliance often arrives uninvited, dressed in humble green. Now we turn to a healer that has stood watch at the edges of human paths for millennia. Broadleaf plantain, Plantago major, the indestructible first aid kit growing underfoot. This rosette-forming plant with tough, ribbed leaves and tall seed stalks crossed oceans with early settlers who relied on it for everything from wound poultices to digestive relief. Its name, Plantago, echoes its broad footprint on human landscapes. Modern lawns declared war on its persistence, yet it endured, quietly offering compounds with anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and drawing properties that pulled toxins from stings or splinters. In an age of indoor living, processed foods, and rising allergies, plantain provides gentle support for gut health and skin resilience. It grows in compacted soils, tolerates foot traffic, and stabilizes ground prone to erosion, practical virtues when gardens face heavier use or extreme weather. To integrate it, simply refrain from eradication. It prefers sun to partial shade and moist but well-drained spots. Young leaves add a mild, mushroom-like earthiness to salads, or can be cooked as a potherb. For medicine, chew a fresh leaf into a poultice for bites, or apply crushed leaves to minor cuts. Dried leaves make a soothing tea for respiratory or digestive comfort. Plantain teaches patience and observation. It survived centuries of trampling because it gives back more than it takes, turning ordinary yards into places of subtle healing and quiet strength. Our fifth ally carries a sting that hides profound nourishment. Stinging nettle, the legendary tonic that demands respect and delivers abundance. European and native traditions revered nettle as a spring revitalizer, rich in iron, protein, calcium, and vitamins that combat fatigue and support blood health. Its stinging hairs, filled with formic acid and other compounds, protected it from grazing animals, while early foragers learned the simple secret of neutralization through cooking or drying. Industrial convenience and fear of its bite pushed it to the margins of wild spaces. Yet nettle matters urgently now. It thrives in rich, moist soils near water or compost, acting as a dynamic accumulator that mines deep minerals and improves surrounding fertility. In uncertain times of nutrient-poor diets and economic pressure, its high protein content, up to 25% by some measures when dried, makes it a superior green for self-sufficiency. Handle with gloves when harvesting young tops in spring. Blanch or steam briefly to remove the sting, then use the vibrant greens in soups, pestos, or as a spinach substitute. Dried nettle makes a mineral-rich tea or can be powdered for smoothies and seasoning. Once established in a shaded, moist corner, it returns reliably each year with minimal intervention. Nettle doesn't coddle. Chickweed, Stellaria media. The delicate yet relentless provider of tender winter greens. This small, star-flowered plant with a single line of hairs along its stem grows in cool, moist conditions, often volunteering in fall and persisting through mild winters when other greens have long vanished. Ancestors valued its mild, refreshing taste and gentle medicinal qualities for skin and digestion. Modern herbicide culture dismissed it as insignificant. White clover, Trifolium repens, the nitrogen-fixing legend that rebuilds what others deplete. Once deliberately sown in pastures and lawns for its ability to enrich soil naturally, white clover fell from favor as synthetic fertilizers promised effortless green. Yet this low creeping plant with sweet white flower heads partners with soil bacteria to capture atmospheric nitrogen, reducing the need for expensive inputs while providing nectar for pollinators and forage for beneficial insects. In drought-prone or depleted yards, clover stabilizes soil, prevents erosion, and maintains green cover with far less water than grass. Its leaves and flowers offer mild, sweet flavor and traditional uses for respiratory comfort. Scatter seed or allow existing patches to expand in sunny areas.